Hi, everyone. I'm teacher Karigo Njige, the man of literature and the young African writer, the world analyst from Shinyanga, Tanzania. But now I'm at Tabora, Ndega. Welcome in my YouTube channel, which based on little analysis like play, novel, poems, and short story. Today we are going to proceed with a little analysis novel titled The Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe from Nigeria. This novel, written in the year of 1958 during colonialism before independence of Nigeria. The last sessions I narrated chapter 1, chapter 2. Today I'm going to narrate chapter 3, which based or rely on famine or lack of rainfall. Achebe reminds us about agricultural activities. Before coming of colonialism, Africans were engaged in agricultural activities. And also in this chapter 3, rely on God's example, Agbara. Like the meaning of Agbara means a person who has no title. Example of Agbara, the Oracle of Hills. Agbara means the Oracle of Hills and the caves. And the Unoka priestess was a woman called Chika. And another god, Ifejioku, the god of yams. Another god is Ane, the god of all land. Africans were depending on gods to solve their problems. Also, this chapter relies on sacrifice by killing animals like goats and the cock. Example, Noka considered Agbara by sacrificing a cock to An, the owner of all lands, so as to get harvest many crops. Also, a chapter about Africans who consult their dead fathers or relatives to solve their problems. Nowadays, this situation declined because of Christianity or religion, which discouraged the Africans' tradition and customs. Dear listener, this chapter relies on 3 groups. Group number 1 of Noka and his son Okonko. Okonko did not inherit a barn or farm from his father because his father was not a hard worker. He was poor and less in farming activity. Okonko went to the Nwakibie to ask for yam seed. Dear listeners, Nwakibie is the west man in Okonko's village. He had 3 huge barns. He had 9 wives. This we get a theme of polygamy. He had 30 children. The first woman of Nwakibie is Anas. She is a middle-aged woman. She is tall and strong built. That day, Okonko went with a pot of palm wine and a cock to Nwakibie. Okonko went with those things to make friendly with Nwakibie and wants yam seed for farming activity. Nwakibie and other people drank palm wine. Also, Achebe tells us about Nwakibie wives. When drink palm wine went down on one knee. This is one of the African tradition custom to the women's. But nowadays, women do not respond as our grandmother did. Okonko took 800 seeds of yams to Nwakibie. He harvested 400 seeds of yams, but the rain did not rain. And also Okonko gets another 400 yams from his father's friend at Uzo. That year was very difficult to the farmers. They didn't get crops. Some of the farmers hanging themselves because of lack of rainfall, which faces the agricultural activities. Dear listener, Nwakibie's elder son is Iguero. Other characters employed by Chinua Achebe in this chapter 3, Obuefi Idigo. This is another character, quite different from another characters which you heard in chapter 1, chapter 2. In chapter 1 and chapter 2, we've seen another characters related to this characters, Obuefi Idigo. But in chapter 1 and chapter 3, there is Obuefi, there's the Ugo, and Obuefi Udo. Another characters revealed in this chapter 3, Obiako This is a palm wine tapper. Another character is Akukalia. These characters appear at Nwakibie home when they drink palm wine. Okonko thanks Nwakibie after get yam seed and back home. The chapter ends with funeral, and many farmers wept as they dug up the miserable and rotting yams. Okonko remembered that tragic year with a cold shiver without the rest of his life. Dear listener, in this chapter, I have seen two sayings. Number one, a toad does not run in the daytime for nothing. A toad does not run in the daytime for nothing. You can think yourself what Achebe mean. The second saying is, a man who pays respect to the great paves the way for his own greatness. A man who pays respect to the great paves the way for his own greatness. I give a task to think on those sayings. Chinua Achebe reminds us about things or challenges happening before the coming of colonialism in Africa. Dear listener, this novel is a colonial novel written before Nigerian independence, and it expresses 3 phases before colonialism, during colonialism, and post-colonial. The novel starts with flashback before Okonko's soul. My name is teacher Karigo Dr. Njige, the man of literature and the young African writer and the world analyst. Don't miss chapter 4. Thanks for listening to me.